very special broadcast. And of course, we must pray. And prayer we must this very evening and always going forward. And I will pray in the language of heaven, because Chuks is in control of all that we have been doing and will continue to do until Biafra is restored and all the suffering indigenous populations in the damnable zoological republic are set free. Chineke na nke pụrụ ihe niile Chukwu okike abịa onye na-efe na aja aha nsọ ya mma mgbe niile. Onye ọbụla na ya na-achị eluigwe n'ụwa na-agba akaebe ịhụnanya gị na ebere gị amara gị n'ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị na-eze ebede ngọzi. Anyị wee na-etoghị agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro. Iwe nye anyị ndụ n'ala nke dị n'uwe n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-asị na ịja mma niile otu niile dịrị aha nsọ gị. Onye ọ bụ naanị ya ka ike niile na ọ gbadara aka ya. Anyị wee na-akpọku gị na-asị gị na nke ọma anyị ga-ekele gị, nke ọjọọ ma anyị kelee gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma, wee na-eto gị, wee na-asọpụrụ gị n'isi ụmụ gị niile bụ ndị ikwu ndị wee ezi oku mgbe a kpọrọ ha ka ha wee chekwaa ala nsọ gị bụ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na ihe n'ikwuru anyị nkwa na o mekataghị ka ndị iro wee were ala nsọ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe. Agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro ma ndị na-agba mgbọgba ebe niile dị iche iche onye nwe m na Chineke nna ihere bụ nke ndị dị etu a n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-eto gị, wee na-asị onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile, onye ọ bụ naanị ya na-azọpụta, onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen. Anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi na ọtụtụ na ịja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi. Ise ise ise.
Welcome, my amazing viewers. Thank you so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you are connecting from. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you're notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. Thank you so much, and remember, in this channel, we speak up for the people who are being oppressed in the contraption called Nigeria, more especially the Biafrans, the Oduduwans, the Middle Beltans, and every indigenous tribe in that contraption called Nigeria. We say it the way it is. We don't try to be politically correct, and we don't say hate speech on anybody. We are saying live and let's live. And for those who have said we will not live, they will not live either. That is what we are saying. We don't want the media to change the narrative. We don't want the conventional media to continue to push false narrative against the indigenous people of Biafra, against the Oduduwans or the indigenous citizens in the contraption called Nigeria. That is why we come on daily basis to say it the way it is. Please share this video. Share the video to all platforms. Share the video to your family and friends. Let them know what is happening in the contraption called Nigeria. We are setting the record straight. We are not changing the narrative, neither are we speaking lies. We are telling the truth, saying it exactly the way it is. After watching the video, go to the comment section and put down your comment. Make your contribution. You can criticize if you so desire, but do it constructively so that we can learn from one another. That is why we are here. Thank you so much for coming, and remain blessed. Remember, today we are going to discuss about the issue of the problem happening in the country of Nigeria, more especially about the Biafrans. You have seen recently the press interview that was granted by the Attorney General of the Federation, Malami, in Nigeria, against our student Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and against Sunday Igboho. It is obvious that the contraption called Nigeria and its leaders do not want peace with the citizens. They do not want to uphold the rule of law, and they do not respect humanity. That is why they have come hard on all the activists in Nigeria. They are today holding our student Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in captivity in the DSS. Remember, our student Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was being kidnapped from Kenya. The Kenyan government kidnapped our student Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He has not committed any offense in Kenya. He has not fought anybody in Kenya, neither have he stolen anything in Kenya. He entered Kenya with his British passport and he was stamped into Kenya legally. But Kenya decided to go and abduct our student Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and kidnap him. After kidnapping him, they connived with Nigeria and sent him to Nigeria through extraordinary rendition. And today, he is in Nigeria in DSS. That is where we are. The same thing happened to Sunday Igboho. Sunday Igboho, the DSS went to his house to kill him They could not succeed. They killed two people in his house and he escaped. On his way going to Germany to secure his life, he was abducted in Benin Republic. And Benin Republic, in connivance with Nigeria today, are holding Sunday Igboho captivity. He's still in prison in Benin Republic for committing no offense. He has not committed no offense in Benin Republic that we know of. None whatsoever. But today, he's in captivity in Benin Republic. That is how deadly and how wicked the Nigerian government has become. And they are not changing. Instead of repenting from the atrocities and the evil they are doing, what they are now doing is to conduct media propaganda against the activists in Nigeria. Media propaganda, that is what they are now conducting. You can see the press interview that was granted by the Attorney General of the Federation. Go and check everything I has read there. They are all bunch of lies. Lies and lies and lies. These are the people who are supposed to meet Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in court. Instead of waiting to meet him in court, they have resorted to media trial, telling their lies in media. Bunch of lies. There is no single truth in what he said. Most of you must have seen the video. I'm not going to play the video again. Most of you have seen the video of all the false allegations that he has leveled against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But the one I want to touch mainly is the allegation that it was Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that instigated some killings and destruction in Lagos State. You and I was aware during the time of NSAS. The NSAS, which Nigerians organized by themselves, it wasn't as if the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu organized NSAS. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gave his support to the NSAS because they were fighting for a just cause. The NSAS was for those who feel that Nigeria can still be better. They were asking for Nigeria to do the needful, to sanitize their police and military, sanitize their force and stop killing the innocent. That was why the NSAS was called upon. Instead of Nigerian government listening to this very call up to today, those things that were requested in NSAS that made the youth came out to protest are still happening, even worse than ever. They are still kidnapping people, they are still killing people, they are still detaining people for committing no offense. Those are what are happening. And that time, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came online to lay his own voice and add his support to a legitimate cause that the citizens of Nigeria were pursuing. Those who claim to be in one Nigeria, trying to make it better. That is to show you that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not thinking bad of anybody. Even you that call yourself one Nigerian, if you are fighting for a right cause, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, being an activist that stands for the truth, will support you. That was exactly what he did during the NSAS, and he supported the NSAS from the beginning to the end. He supported it. But what the federal government did, as usual, they decided to bring their hoodlums. You saw it on video. I'm not going to be bothering you by playing those videos. If you know, you can go to the Facebook and type in that very NSAS. Search for what happened during the time of NSAS. You will see the videos where the DSS were being deployed to go. DSS came out and deployed thugs. They were protecting thugs. They brought thugs with the vehicle from Asorock, with their jeep from Asorock, to go and disrupt the NSAS. That was what happened. They disrupted the NSAS, they killed people, they burned houses, they burned cars. In Lagos, in Abuja, cars were burned by the hoodlums that were sent by DSS, protected by DSS. Burned cars of innocent people, destroyed properties, just to make sure that they demonize the protest. The same thing happened in Lagos State. You saw the BRT that was supposed to be for the people were used to convey thugs to the ground to disrupt the protest in Lagos State. And they went and killed innocent people in Lagos State at the Lekki Toll Gate, which was commemorated a few days ago. This was exactly what happened. But instead of taking responsibility for what transpired, which CNN themselves investigated and revealed the secret of what happened, Nigeria didn't take responsibility. Instead, they demonized CNN and threatened to ban CNN in Nigeria because CNN spoke the truth. And today, the Attorney General of the Federation, Malami, shamelessly came online to begin to accuse Mazi Nnamdi Kanu of instigating violence during the time of NSAS. He accused Mazi Nnamdi Kanu of destroying the palace of the Oba of Lagos. I'm going to play to you some videos that we got during that very protest. Watch that video closely and tell me in the comment section if you can see any member of IPOB or anybody that is from Igbo extraction in that very area. Watch it closely. I'm going to play the videos for you.
I'll give my see everything. You don't shop up. About Lagos. Don't stop everything. Everything. Nothing. Don't stop everything. What do you think about Lagos? For everything, everybody. You can see, we don't enter swimming pool. Where? Everything is done. We can swim in that swimming pool, yeah. Everybody they enjoy, no wala.
Come here, I'm going to pass your daddy. Oúnjẹ tó yẹ kó máa bá àwọn masses. Àdáyé léṣe o. Ọmọ mi rẹ̀.
After watching these videos, did you hear anybody speaking Igbo or anybody that tells you that he is a member of IPOB? Did you see any resemblance of IPOB or any Biafran flag within that very vicinity? There was none. And still yet, these overwhelming evidence are there for you to watch. And the Attorney General of the Federation shamelessly came online to begin to deceive people and begin to plant their evil divide and rule once again. Thank God that our Yoruba brothers are not like it used to be before. The generation of the Yorubas we have today, the youth we have today, cannot listen to that bull crap. They cannot be deceived. Now they have resorted to turning the Yorubas against the Igbos, trying to make them believe that we are Igbos, we are the ones that went to destroy Lagos State. They pushed this very agenda during that very NSAS, and that very lie was destroyed because the people know the truth. The kind of Yorubas, the kind of Oduduwa people we have today are not the kind of people you can deceive. We have every information at the tip of our fingers, and they know the truth, and the truth have set all of us free. We are in good terms with our Yoruba brothers, and nobody can plant any division. Remember what our son Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said. The relationship between the Biafrans and the Oduduwans is a relationship based on oaths, on trust. They have taken oath to trust and work with each other. And there is no amount of propaganda that you push that will turn the Oduduwas against the Biafrans. They have been trying so hard, using Tinubu to make sure they turn the tide and make the Oduduwa brothers to begin to fight against the Biafran brothers. It will never happen again. You have done this in the past. Divide and rule can never happen again. Never ever. You can never succeed in that very operation. He came and told all manner of lies against Asorock. He accused Mazi Nnamdi Kanu again of killing the husband of Dora Akunyele. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was in jail when that incident happened. And when it happened, from every indication, even people who were on the ground, they are taking the video. You saw the video that came out. It was the DSS that went to assassinate the husband of Dora Akunyele. It was DSS. Just as usual, they call it unknown gunmen. And for you to know that the unknown gunmen, each time you hear unknown gunmen, we are talking about the members of DSS. They are the unknown gunmen. The only unknown gunman that was caught in a gunfire was caught during operation. After revelation, we found out it was a member of DSS in Imo State. A member of DSS. That is the only unknown gunman that has been discovered. Each time they tell you unknown gunman, with all the military that they push in the southern part of Nigeria, they have never ever revealed one person to us and tell us that this is the person they are talking about. What does that tell you? They are pushing lies. Lies and lies. And these lies are dead on arrival. It is so shameful and disgraceful, the kind of people who are running the contraption called Nigeria. I can't say it better. And I would like to play a video of the response that was given by one of the barristers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, one of the members of the legal team, Aloy Ejimako. He gave the Attorney General a lecture of his life and tell him what he's supposed to know that he refused to know. I want you to watch this video keenly from the beginning to the end. You will understand the situation and the mess that the contraption called Nigeria is in. Let's watch.
What IPOB is doing is illegal, is criminal. Why would a major power like United Kingdom consider that IPOB members are entitled to asylum in UK. You see, the basic requirement for asylum all over the world is guided by this. Anybody that possesses a well-founded fear of persecution, simply because he possesses, he subscribes to a political opinion the government of the day is wishing to suppress by means of punishment of some sort, that qualifies you for protection, for refugee status, for asylum status. IPOB members have been found across the world as a people that possess a legitimate political opinion, which is self-determination, that the government of the day is wishing to suppress by means of punishment of some sort. That is what we are dealing here. It's bigger than any election. And anybody that is asking you for a referendum is conducting himself within the framework of the law. He's not asking for war. You shouldn't face him with war. Referendum is a civil demand, and it had produced very good results in the past. Within the Federation of Nigeria itself, it was a referendum that created the fourth region of Midwest. And outside of it, it was a referendum that they took western part of Cameroon from Nigeria and gave it to Cameroon, and took the former Sadana province of Cameroon and gave it to Nigeria, the present-day Adamawa and parts of Taraba states. So what we are talking about here is not a situation that requires the government to prioritize the levying of violence against the people that are not violent.
Okay, now election matters we talk about. My next question is say, your client Nnamdi Kanu, you know whether he don't give any order, say making members no vote for the upcoming election for Anambra State. You know whether he don't talk say no election will hold for
The question is that the prosecutor, the Federal Republic of Nigeria, has lost her jurisdiction, her authority to try him in court because of the extraordinary rendition. This is what he's confronting right now. Nothing compares at all. That is the most important task at hand, that someone would be subjected to such flagrant violation of international law and the municipal laws of Kenya and Nigeria, and then you think you can subject that person to trial? No, you can't. This is what concerns my client Nnamdi Kanu at this point, and that's what we are dealing with.
So what did they try to say the Anambra State election will concern them at this time?
What I'm trying to say is that the matter of the moment that the Nigerian public should concern itself about is what happened to him. If it's not important, I don't see why a very strong, advanced, powerful nation like United States should be filing something in Nigeria requesting for extradition of Abba Kyari to United States to answer to some criminal allegations. If that's not important, all they needed to have done is to come to Nigeria and rendition him by force. So this is a very important subject that I think Nigerian public should avert its minds to. And the second one I want to point to is the what I have seen as the reluctance of the British government to exact her diplomatic influence over this matter. Nnamdi Kanu is a dual citizen. At the very best, he's a dual citizen. As the very worst, he had publicly renounced his Nigerian citizenship. But let us assume, for purposes of this conversation, that he's a dual citizen of Nigeria and Britain. That does not justify Nigeria renditioning him in this way. Britain wouldn't have renditioned him as well. Britain has a public policy against extraordinary rendition that dates back to 1984, when Nigeria attempted to rendition Omar Diko. It didn't succeed, but it drew countervailing and strong diplomatic responses from Britain. Britain cut diplomatic relations with Nigeria for 2 years. They arrested 17 persons, convicted 4, who served between 6 to 8 years imprisonment in UK, and they were subsequently deported. And the Nigerian aircraft that was going to be the vessel for the rendition, was interdicted in Britain. So that sort of response is what we expect could have occurred in this situation of Nnamdi Kanu. Whether it's going to occur, I don't know. I don't know what they are doing, covertly or otherwise, but we haven't seen any strong actions by the British government towards the direction of protecting the rights of their citizen, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
The allegations still they say the sponsors of Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB, then some day Nigeria, some day abroad. How you go take react to this story where they fly up and down?
Well, talking about sponsors, I think all sponsors should be named. They should start by naming the sponsors of Boko Haram from even before the present government came to power. The sponsors of Boko Haram were well known to government. They said it themselves, even recently, that they know the sponsors of Boko Haram. Why are they not naming them? So let us have a situation where you name sponsors of everything. You don't just make a wide allegation of sponsors without naming names. Name names.
You get people where their business don't scatter, they don't lose money because of all the katakata where they happen for Southeast region and even Nigeria at large. Within your client, Nnamdi Kanu gets to tell this Nigeria. You
see, what is going on here, which I don't want the media to be hoodwinked into playing a part, is this trial by ordeal. Nnamdi Kanu here, Nnamdi Kanu there. What about ISWAP, Islamic State in West African Peninsula, that now possesses a weapon that threatens civil aviation in this country? There have been media reports recently, credible media reports, that Nigerian security or Nigerian government had to pay certain humongous amount of money to retrieve a projectile or some kind of a missile possessed by the terrorists that could down any civil aircraft in this country, including that of the president. And we're here thinking Nnamdi Kanu is the problem of this country. Nnamdi Kanu is the solution to the problems of this country. I can tell you that on good authority. Anybody that listens to him very well and keeps an open mind will be seeing him spewing solutions, not problems. The problems of this country are bigger than what we are talking about. So making him the poster boy for all the problems of the country is the most unfortunate thing that has happened in recent times. It is trial by ordeal. If you want to solve the problem of this country, you start from the head. The fish rots from the head, and we know where the head of this country lies. Then when you get past that, you go to the real terrorists, Boko Haram, ISWAP, the militants, which the entire world have gathered together and declared the terrorists. How can Nigeria be isolated in her declaration of IPOB as a terrorist organization and no single nation in the world has fallen in line to do the same thing? It's a very, very topical question that should be put out there. People should think about it. Instead, countries all over the world are doing the opposite. They are saying IPOB is not a terrorist organization. That means Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not a terrorist. So this prioritization of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as a singular problem this nation is facing is one of the pointers to what is structurally wrong with this country, Nigeria of the present era. It is wrong. It shouldn't happen.
So if you be Nnamdi Kanu na in no day here, but we dey see you now as Nnamdi Kanu mouthpiece, wetin you go tell Nigerians wey don suffer one loss or the other? How you go take comfort them?
Well, the comfort is given to Nigerians is very simple. Tell your government to listen to voice of reason. That's how he puts it. And that voice of reason is to conduct a referendum. That's what he's been saying all along. Nothing else. And that very position he has taken root, not only in Igbo land, in Southeast. He has supporters, millions of supporters across South. And he's also garnering supporters in middle Nigeria and even up in the north. Nnamdi Kanu is the voice of the downtrodden. Anybody, in fact, he represents, the voice of justice. So if you listen to him and as a government and keep an open mind, what he is saying really is not something that should threaten the state. It's something that in the end will benefit everybody. So it's not something you levy a war of attrition against, whether it's a judicial or prosecutorial war or military war. It's something that you call him to the table and engage him constructively and ask him questions. How do we get to saying yes? He's not a lone voice in the wilderness. He represents the voice of millions of people that cuts across Nigeria.
Nnamdi Kanu dey for DSS hand in trial dey go on, yet everything still dey go on as usual. Which people wey dey support Nnamdi Kanu for Nigeria, where dem dey?
It's very
business wey im dey do, wey be say even as im dey for DSS hand, things still dey go on.
It's a very good question. If by everything that is going on, you mean the civil seat at home, the overwhelming success of the civil seat at home, if that's what you mean by everything that has been going on while he's being detained, that underscores that he's in charge. That underscores his popularity. That underscores his influence and reach. And that underscores the legitimacy of what he demands. He's in incarceration. He's incarcerated. But look at what is going on. People are sitting at home on their own, voluntarily, civilly. And you want to ignore that? And you think you can subdue it by what? The only way you can deal with that is to talk about it.
My last question for you. Still that Thursday, I hear as the supporters wey come court after dem dey sing, they happy as everything they go on for court. They still talk say that election, November 6th, say dem no go. Why then they talk like that?
Well, dem still talk say, me, I dey still the talker. The most important things in this country are not being talked about. Why are we married to elections within a system that is so dysfunctional that even your elections are highly questionable? That's what I think Nnamdi Kanu seems to be saying. So it goes beyond the election boycott or this mantra of no elections. He's instead saying there are issues that are more important than elections that need to be addressed first. Why this obsession with the elections within a system that is so sick, so dysfunctional, that when you deal with these issues first, elections will come naturally without any let.
After watching the response from our lawyer Jimako, you can now begin to believe that the only way forward is the breakup of this very contraption. If you don't break it up, it will break you. Those who are asking for breakup are actually looking for solution. They are the only one that have the solution to the problem. Break it up to save life. Break it up to have good economy. Break it up to have dignity for every indigenous tribe in the country of Nigeria. May Chukwu Abiyama continue to bless our Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who has led a foundation and showed us a way to follow. May Chukwu Abiyama continue to bless every member of IPOB. May Chukwu Abiyama continue to bless our mothers in the United States, who are fighting strong for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and aid their opinion. May Chukwu Abiyama continue to bless every freedom fighter that is genuinely fighting for the freedom of Biafra and freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. May Chukwu Abiyama continue to protect Sunday Igboho wherever he is. Protect the Odudu ones, protect the middle betters. Bring back to us our Mazi Nnamdi Kanu very, very soon. Thank you so much for watching wherever you are watching from, and remember, bye-bye. See you again on the next video.